Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about the 3 biggest signs that you need to let that woman go. Okay, so if you are wondering if you should give up on a girl that you've been dating, a woman that you've been seeing, perhaps it's an ex or something like that, or perhaps it's someone who you started to like and she slowly started to lose interest. How do you know if you need to start letting her go and basically start moving on with your life? Because sometimes it can be tricky, because sometimes it can feel like, oh yeah, maybe there is hope, right? So what are the signs then that there's no hope and you should definitely let her go and move on with your life? Okay, so the first sign that you need to let that woman go is she isn't or is no longer reciprocating interest. Okay, so if you've asked her out, or if you've asked to rekindle things with her, if she's an ex and she's just said no basically, and she's not reciprocating, she's not showing the same level of interest that you have in her towards you, then it's obvious that you need to let her go. Now, this was a lesson that took me a long time to learn when I was a teenager, because I thought that if I was nice enough, even to girls that had already rejected me, and I was a good enough friend, and I was there for them, and I could prove to them how amazing I was, that they would change their mind about me, which was a very oddly egotistical thing for me to do at such a fragile age, especially as a teenager when usually our self-esteems are really, really low. But for some reason, I had much gusto, right, when it came to girls when I was a teenager, and I thought that I could win them over even if they had already rejected me. Okay, but what I learned as an adult is that if a woman has rejected you, the best thing to do is just to walk away immediately and to not give her any more attention, because she can't help if she's not attracted to you. She cannot help if she doesn't have those feelings towards you, even if she'd had those feelings in the past. If she no longer has them or has never had them at all, there's not really much she can do about it, right? Because guess what? A woman that likes you, that is really interested in you, right, will not do those things. She will reciprocate. A woman that wants you will be there, will want to be there, it wouldn't be so difficult, right? It's really easy and effortless with women that actually like you. They show up to dates, they respond to your messages, they don't ghost you, right? Because they're interested in you, right? So if she's not displaying that kind of interest, then it's time to let her go for good. Okay, so the next sign that you need to let that woman go is she has told you that she isn't interested, or she has friend zoned you, right? So if she has flat out said to you she's not interested and she's friend zoned you, then you need to let her go. Now, sometimes, I know this sounds quite similar to the first point I made, but the difference is sometimes a woman might not be reciprocating interest, but you may still believe that you have a chance with her if you haven't, let's say, asked her out or anything like that, right? And she has, you're just unaware, basically, right? Because sometimes it can seem like, oh yeah, I'm interested in her and I'm showing her interest, and she may not be reciprocating interest, but she may not have flat out said to you right away that she's not interested anymore. But if she has flat out said to you that she's not interested, or she just wants to be friends, or she only sees you as a friend, or she sees you as a brother, then you need to let her go, because attraction really isn't a choice, right? And that's a quote by David D'Angelo, right? And basically what that means is that if a woman is attracted to you, right, she won't be able to stay away from you. But women that are not attracted to you have no issue with rejecting you and saying that they want to be just friends, right? Because we all have this sort of like navigation system inside of us, okay? And what this navigation system tells us is who we are attracted to, right? So you may enter a room, let's say that you're at a party, right? And you're looking around the room, and there's some women that, you kind of just gloss over. You don't see them at all, right? You barely see them, basically. And then there's that one or maybe 2 women that you see and you're like, wow, yeah, they're really good looking. Or it might be just one and you're like, oh yeah, she's amazing. And all the rest of the women in the room, you kind of just ignore, right? Because you're not interested in those. Those ones don't perk your interest, and they don't, they're not to your fancy, right? So, but women also have this inside of them as well, right? So they also have that same navigation system. When they enter a room, there's going to be a bunch of guys that they are totally not interested at all, just by looking at them, and there might be 1 or 2, or maybe just one that they're really drawn to, okay? And we all have that. Okay, we all have that inside of us. There are just some guys, some women, that we're just simply not attracted to, that we just will never want to date. And it may not be to do with their looks, it may be something to do with their vibe, or it may have nothing to do with their vibe, but it has all to do with their looks. Okay, so what you've got to remind yourself is that I am not attracted to every single woman that I see. Okay, and if one of these women came up to me that I wasn't attracted to, that I wasn't interested in, I would reject them too. And women are the same. So it may have been that, yeah, I personally find this woman really attractive, but unfortunately she doesn't feel the same way about me. So my goal then is, as a man who wants to find a woman, I need to find a woman who I'm attracted to, who I can zone in on, but she also feels the same way about me. And it's all about finding that, because so many people get confused because they've seen all these like different things, on like TV shows and movies where they see someone from across the room and they're like, oh yeah, this must be the one because I'm so attracted to them, they're so beautiful, right? And the mistake that we make is that it's automatically going to be reciprocated because we're so interested in them, right? But that rarely happens in real life. Yes, there will be women that you're drawn to, but they might not necessarily be drawn to you, okay? And just because you had that wow moment with them when you first saw them doesn't mean that they're your soulmate, doesn't mean that they're the one for you. Because my belief about the one soulmates is that, yes, there is the one person that you will probably spend the rest of your life with. There will be that one woman who will be the mother of your children, who you will have a long, happy marriage with, right? There will be that one woman for you. But I believe that there are many possible women who that person could be, right, for you, right? So what I mean by that is that there are many women that you are compatible with, okay? And that's why you should not get so fixated on just one woman who you had that across the room sort of like feeling for, right? You should never just rely on that, because there are going to be many occasions where you're going to have that same experience, okay? So don't get so fixated on that, right? That experience, and think that, oh, because you had that experience, that automatically means that it's destined, because it's not. Right? If she doesn't feel the same way about you, I can guarantee that it's not destined, right? So if she's not reciprocating, if she's flat out said to you that she's not interested and she's tried to friend zone you, you need to let her go, okay? She's not interested, okay? A woman that is interested, right, will tell you, will let you know, right? Because you'll ask her out and she'll say yes. And she'll be like, yes, I'd love to. She won't friend zone you. She will not say that you're like a brother to her. She will want to go out with you. Okay, that's how you know that you found a girl that is reciprocating. Okay, so the last sign that you need to let her go is if she's just using you and she just wants your attention. Because there are some women out there that will be like, oh yeah, that guy really likes me. I wonder what I can get out of him. Right? Even though she may not be interested in you romantically, she may want to keep you around in case she needs you for, let's say, an ego boost, right? Because she likes the fact that you like her and it makes her feel beautiful, right? Or it could be that she's using you by like getting you to do errands for her. Like, oh, can you come and fix my sink? Can you come and fix my car? Can you take my dog out for a walk while I'm out at work? Can you lend me some money? Right? There are women out there who will do that. There are some women as well who will, be on dating apps and they're just looking for a free meal, right? They're just, they're not really interested in the guy. They just want to go out on a date and have a guy pay for their dinner, right? Which is why I always say, right? Well, one of the reasons why I always say that when you're meeting out for, meeting at someone that you've met online, or you're going on a first date with a woman, it's always best, right, to ask to just go out for a drink first. Like, hey, let's just meet up for a drink. Right? Because what's good about that is that when you're out on that drink, right, if you don't like her and you realize that, yeah, we're not really jiving, things aren't really going that well, then you can leave, after like half an hour, 45 minutes after chatting. You're like, yeah, well, I had a great time. I really need to go because I got work in the morning, but I'll see you soon, right? It was nice chatting to you, right? And if you like her and you find her really interesting and you're really getting on really well, and you can tell that she likes you too, then obviously then you can extend the date, and then you can go out for a meal or something after the drink, or you can go and do some like sightseeing in the city that you may be in, or the town, or you may go out for a little walk, or you may go and do some sort of like window shopping and go and explore where your surrounding area that you're in. Or you may go for some ice cream or dessert or something like that, right? Or you may go and do an activity, like you go play some snooker or pool or whatever it's called, and or you go bowling, right, or something like that, or you go to an arcade. You can extend the date and do more activities if you like her, right? Also, it prevents any sort of like materialistic things happening, because obviously if a woman is like, oh no, can we just meet out for a meal, then you need to be a bit wary of that, because most people will be happy with just meeting out for a drink, right? Most people will be happy about that, right? And especially if you go somewhere inexpensive as well, right? Somewhere that's just like a normal, like sort of like bar or restaurant or something, or or like a coffee shop or something like that. You don't have to go somewhere expensive for drinks, right? And also that helps your wallet too, right? Because you're not spending loads and loads of money, on dinners because of first dates that you've been on. You're only spending like a few bucks, let's say, or a few pounds on just one drink, right? So that's going to really help you as well if you're dating and things like that. So if she's just using you, right, and she just wants your attention, then that's also a sign that you need to let her go, right? Because basically, if she's asking you to do things for her and she just likes your attention, what will happen is that if you ask her out, right, she will say, and you try to get serious with her and you try to get more romance with her, she's going to just say to you, oh yeah, look, I'm not, I'm like, oh, I just see you as your friend, I just see you as a friend. Or she'll say something like, oh, I'm not really sure where I am right now in life, I'm not really sure if I want to date right now. Because what she wants is she wants to keep you in her life so she can get stuff from you, whether that's an ego boost or whether it is actual things that she wants you to do for her. So if it seems like she's taking from you and you keep on showing your romantic interest and she's not reciprocating, then you need to let her go. Okay, so those are the 3 biggest signs that you need to let a woman go. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.ChristineLoveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.